And good morning, everybody.
Hey.
Some people are awake.
I'm not awake.
She's not awake.
It's not morning, though. Well, for 2 more minutes, I guess it is.
Well, less than a minute.
Oh, what was it? It was 11:58. I looked at it 2 seconds ago.
Lawn. Okay, so hi, everybody, and welcome to our first live show since our trip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been a very interesting last, 10 days?
Yeah, we've been home for 10 days already.
Morning, Connie.
Hi.
Yeah.
Still trying to figure out which screen to look at.
Oh, I'll get rid of this one. Or you can watch there. Wait. You have a seat. Morning, Tim. So, we've gone through a lot of trials in the last 10 days, and it's mellowing out now. And morning, Rojas, buddy. It's been a little fun. That's all we can say. I hope you guys have had fun. Sorry we haven't done very much in the last 10 days on here either.
Yeah, we've been we've been busy. Sorry, I'm yawning again. I've been sick and dying.
Slowly sick and dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Morning, Lou. So, we thought we'd come on today and, of course, answer questions, but we're looking forward a lot more to the questions about the trip, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you guys thought about what we thought about it. I mean, what was your overall impression of the trip?
I thought it was awesome.
Did you?
Yeah, of course. You know that.
I know. Okay. Do you have a favorite spot that you like? Like, in the entire trip, what would have been your absolute most favorite part?
Oh, fuck. All of it. I don't know. It was all really good. I had a lot of different fun moments that I liked.
Just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember. I like Dinosaur Provincial Park. I like driving through the Rockies on the way there. I like driving through the Rockies on the way back. I like singing to the radio or the stereo with you.
Yeah, we did that for the last day of the trip, though, eh?
What?
Sing?
Yeah. We did it for more than just the last day.
Yeah,
especially the last day.
On the way out.
Yeah.
On the way out, you didn't sing at all.
I know, because I was dying. I was gonna throw up all the time. That was my least favorite part of the trip, being sick. Oh, each day.
Most memorable part of each day. Day 1, where we ended up in Regina.
Yeah. I feel like the most memorable part of that day for me was we stopped in Regina and we went to Eastside Mario's. I couldn't remember the name for a minute. My grandma calls Eastside Mario's Westside Bruno's. She gets it backwards. And so I always think that it's called... Anyway, I'd never been to Eastside Mario's before. And that day, we couldn't find Eastside Mario's. That was memorable. And then when I went outside to phone my parents, just to let them know that I was safe, there was this older couple. Did I tell you this? That they drove up in their maybe I didn't. You just I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
they drove up in their van and they were like our car. They drove up right beside our car because we were in the handicap spot, right? And they were in the other handicap spot right beside us. But they literally, I'm not kidding, they were less than 6 inches away from our car. And there was the man who was driving and his wife tried to get out of the car and was gonna squeeze out and was crushing our mirror. And I was so I'm in the middle of a conversation on the phone and I had to be just a sec and run over there and be excuse me, can you move your car over so you're not literally 6 inches away from our car and crushing our mirror? And they were oh, where are we supposed to move to? And I was I don't know, into the spot beside us instead of right on top of our car. That was memorable for me.
That was day 1.
On day 1.
Our visit was Blamo with awesome, Tim. It was so awesome to meet Blamo for the first time.
Yeah, it was really good. He has very, very cute pets. I have to say that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The dogs are awesome. Well, so are the cats.
The dog and the
dog,
cats.
Yeah. Day one for me was her telling me I'm tired and me not listening.
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, guys. That was so funny. Because, so...
ATK.
You'd driven for like 28 hours.
Yeah, I had been awake for 28 hours driving. Yeah. Pretty well.
And he was like, I can go more. You just have to decide. What are we doing for tonight? And I was like... And, like, you guys know Teverz. He's normally, like, a really chill and nice guy. And he seemed, like, super, like, aggressive. Like, kind of grumpy. I was like, okay, like, maybe we should stay in Regina for tonight. And he was like, I can drive more. I can drive farther. You just have to decide. I'm like, okay, I'm deciding we're going to stay in Regina for the night. I also was really sick that day. I had a fever. And, like, because it was, like, 32 degrees or something out. And I was standing in the sunshine shivering and, like, freezing and dying. And he, like, was in the gas station being like, Wah! And so I made him stay in Regina. And then the next day he was like, yeah, I think I needed that. And I was like, no way. You could have driven farther, but would we have gotten there alive? No, you probably would have killed me.
Day two for me... Actually, day two for me would have been the Badlands.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Me telling her to keep going to find the trail.
I think that was the funniest part of the entire trip. So, okay, I haven't watched all of the videos yet, but I think in the video you can see, like, sort of where we are. And so we had parked at the wrong entrance to this trail, so we wanted to go on I wanted to go on the fossil trail. It was so so we parked at the wrong entrance, and I ended up going down this, like, wild path that, like, was not a path that you're supposed to be on. It was just, like, I don't know, some animal's trail through the Badlands. And so I went down and I went up over this hill, and then on the other side of the hill there was, like, a straight up cliff, and so I could see at the bottom of the cliff the sign that said Fossil Trail begins here. And I'm, like, looking down there like, how the F am I supposed to get down there? And he's standing in the parking lot, which is, like, about 50 meters, like, that way.
More than 50 meters.
Okay, maybe, like, 100, well, quite a way. Maybe 200 meters.
Yeah.
And he's yelling at me from the parking lot, which is, like, through, like, a canyon is separating us now. Because I've walked down through the canyon and walked back up this hill. And he's like, you have to go down that way. That's where all the other people are. You have to go down there. And I'm like, I can't go down. It's a cliff. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, I think I know better than you. I'm standing at the top of the cliff. And he's, like, busy yelling at me and waving his arms. And then finally he was like, fine, I'm going to go sit in the car then if you're not going to listen to me. And I was like, thank God.
It was beautiful though, Rojas. He was jealous because you got to go.
Yeah, it was so pretty there, and, like, because you can park an RV there or, like, a camp there for free. You don't have to pay, like, I don't know, in Ontario all the parks you go to you have to pay. I learned this yesterday with my best friend. We got a parking ticket at one of the provincial parks in Ontario, and it was so beautiful there, and we were like, oh, we should come back and go camping. Like, we decided that we'd like to go and, like, do, like, instead of doing a 10-day trip all across Canada, do a 10-day trip in, like, each of the provinces in Canada.
Questions about streaming in AP Keys and Cody add-ons are over. Well, it has been for months, buddy. Sorry, Bobby. Day 3 for me, truthfully, was the ferry over to the island.
Yeah, I thought that was fun. I like seeing the little seal and, like, running around on the deck, and you were confused because I was running all over the place, and we're like, where are you going now? And I was like, I'm just going to run over this side.
But just, we stayed on the top deck. We were really, really, really looking forward to seeing whales, because we were said you could see whales on the ferry, but we never got to see any of the pods, so. But day 4 for me would have definitely been Bouchard Gardens.
Oh, definitely. Easily.
Amazing.
That was so much fun.
And we brought home, well, besides some gifts from stuff, but we did bring home some Japanese poppies.
Yeah.
And some Icelandic poppies.
Blue poppies. So my dad's favorite flower is Icelandic poppies. And, like, trying to find them in our hometown is, like, impossible. It doesn't happen. You can't find them anywhere. You have to order them online. And so I was going to order them online, and then we went to Bouchard Gardens, and they had these, like, packs of them. And I was like, yay! My dad was going to be so happy. They're just to clarify, because we're in a relatively cold climate where we are, Icelandic poppies are the only type of poppies that are perennial. So my dad likes them because they'll even grow up at our camp where it gets to be like minus 60 Celsius every winter. So he likes them because they'll grow up there and then come back the next year, which like is pretty hard with a harsh winter. But because they're from Iceland, they're more acclimatized to that. So I got those for him, and then we got the blue poppies, and I'm really blabbery today.
Yeah, I noticed that. The stories are like extra long. I mean,
The trip was fun.
Mind you, the cafe we went to was kind of fun too.
Yeah, I really liked the cafe too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Day. What day are we on?
4,
5?
5?
Wait, that was 4. So 5, 6, 7, and 8 was.
No, 5, 6, 7.
Well, because you were in conference.
Yeah, 5, 6, 7. No. Because Thursday, Friday,
Wednesday,
Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
No, Wednesday was day 4.
Wednesday was, it's day 4, right?
So
5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, and 7. The Thursday. Nothing special on that day.
In the evening? We didn't really do anything in the evening on Thursday, did we? Is that the day I was dying?
Wasn't it the
day
day
of
of
the
the social?
day of the social, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the day I was dying too.
She was dying then too.
Yeah.
So she ended up with tonsillitis and some flu-like symptoms from a lot of the trip, and the sad part of what that was. And you're right, Connie, it was beautiful at Bush Art. Truthfully, my favorite part of Bush Art was the rose garden.
Yeah, I got some really, really pretty pictures of the flowers there, and like I could live there.
We are still supposed to sit and put all of the pictures and all the videos together and put another video up to share all of the beautiful things in there, but arranging time with her is not so easy. And I'm not giving up cuddle time to do a video for you guys, just to let you know. The Friday was my most favorite day of the 3 days conferences because...
Wait, we didn't have a high for Thursday yet.
Oh. Really didn't have much of a high.
Wasn't that the day that you got clobbered by the crows?
Yeah. Oh! Okay, Thursday had...
Did you tell that story in the vlogs?
I don't remember. I was standing... she was in her thing, and I was walking down the street. It was Douglas Street. And I walked by these 2 crows that attacked me. Like, they were attacking my head on the street. And eventually, like, the one crow disappeared, but the other one went parked on himself on a lamppost right beside me. And I've got my hands up at him, and I'm looking, I'm going... You come at me one more time, and that'll be it, kind of thing. This is your... No, don't you dare, buddy. It didn't come back again, but... Oh, the Walmart? Yeah, Tim. I don't... I've never seen a Walmart, and I mean, she knows Walmart's my home away from home kind of thing.
Oh, truthfully, we live there.
Yeah.
We go to Walmart like every 2 days. It's ridiculous.
But that escalated? It's
because we can never remember all the things we need.
And we go buy one thing. Oh, we forgot to buy shampoo. Oh, I'm going to go back. But that elevator was amazing. I'm gonna remember that forever. Okay, so Thursday was the crows. Friday was for me. We were supposed to go and see the castle at lunch, and 2 minutes before lunchtime, I'm already on my way to go pick her up. I got stuck because some bridge was up, and I'm messaging her, and then she suddenly says, "I'm going for lunch with some people." Now, you have to understand that we already knew that she was networking. And I'd already said to her...
So previous to the trip, I had presented this scenario to Teverz, and I was like, okay, if we're on the trip and, like, we have made, like, he and I have made plans to go for lunch for a day and to go do something or something at lunchtime, and I end up getting invited to go for lunch with a group of people from my conference, and have that networking opportunity, what should I do? Like, would he be okay with me, sacrificing him at our lunchtime and going to network, or should I say, no, I'm sorry, I already have plans? And he had been like, no, you're going to this conference because it's like, like your conference and you need to network, and it's your opportunity to get yourself out there and to be more involved in the cooperative housing movement and blah, blah, blah. So you go out for lunch with whoever's inviting you out for lunch.
Elaboration. Basically, it came down to, she went for lunch, ditched me for the castle. I whined like a bitch for about 2 hours. I mean, not to her, but on my own.
No, I know. But I can tell even from his like response, like I was like, because I asked him, I was like, is it okay? And he was like, fine. And I was like, yeah, that's not the response you want. But I was like, whatever, I'll figure it out later.
No, but I was good when they picked you up. And I apologized to her and said, I knew what she was doing. It was just, yeah. I was so looking forward to going to the castle that day, and what she did at the conference was more important than us going to the castle.
Yeah, and then that evening we went to the Chinatown and Fantana Alley. That was so cool. I really liked Fantana Alley, and I liked the little bread that you got. The honey bun. Yeah, again, I was sick, so I'll try to keep it shorter this time, the story. I was sick, and so he got, like, these little buns, and that's all I ate that day, was the little buns, so I went out for lunch, and we went to Burger King, and I threw up the Burger King. But he got to meet, actually, the people who took me out for lunch the next evening, and they were really cool.
So the next day was the Saturday. I don't remember what day. That's day 8, right? Yeah. Day 8 was the actual conference. I actually went to the conference that day. I finally
convinced him after like 3 days of being like, you should just come and see. And he was like, nah, I'd rather go sightseeing. And then he went to the conference and was like, this is amazing! And I was like, yeah.
And I left extremely passionate, and still extremely passionate. I mean, as I said in the video, like the conference was about, like, we're part of a cooperative, and the cooperative is about finding or building homes. One of the big things about the cooperative is about trying to help homelessness, right? So people have affordable housing. And that was the big thing about this conference, and they had government people there who are promising this and promising that, who have already done things, and I'm sitting in the back as an observer, and I'm like, yes! Because when we were in Victoria, homelessness was horrible.
Yeah, okay, like, it was really jarring, actually. I was just talking to my friend yesterday about this, for dinner, and, like, Victoria is very clearly a very rich city. Like, the tourism is huge in downtown. Like, there's, like, tourists, like, crowding the streets practically. And, like, the architecture is, like, super old and very, very rich and, like, beautiful. And, like, they've got, landscaping all over. And then you have, like, a tent city in the middle of the city. Hey, you were just as wordy a second ago. Shut up.
I don't take 10 minutes to explain one point.
And so then... yeah, you do. And then there was like a tent city of homeless people right in the middle of Victoria, and so that was really kind of jarring, like that there's this many homeless people in Victoria, and like I don't know, what was the stat, like 15% of Victoria's population or something is homeless, like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, big high number, and it was a tent city. Like we were down the one day down the meridians on this road, and there was people camped out in 3 blocks of this meridian. It was like horrible.
Yeah, it was really intense.
Like, we whine here where we are that people are homeless, but nothing compared to there.
Yeah, it was really intense, and like, yeah, so it was interesting to hear people talk about that. Anyway, we won't bore you with all the details, but we talked about it for like the rest of that evening and most of the next day driving. We were talking about like the conference and what we'd learned and how we're going to implement that in our hometown and in our home co-op and stuff. So it was really cool.
And a super long strip of homeless. Yeah. Same here, Rojas. It was a long strip here. So day 9, that was the trip back through. And there's 2 things about that day that are super highlighted for me. The first was the lady, the Costco in Kamloops.
Oh, right. I was like, I don't remember anything about this
She didn't come in with me. So this lady's wearing a pair of leggings, and it looks like a pair of brown denim pants found in the old Western days kind of thing. Hey, Trooper. But the print on it was a print. It had a pair of 6 guns. So it looked like she was like a cowgirl with the 6 guns. It fascinated me to see that. I've never seen leggings like that. And number 2, the amount of cell service I had versus how much she had, nothing.
God. Yeah, I spent most of that day without any cell service at all. We went through Yellowhead Pass through the Rockies, and he had he lost cell coverage for 15 minutes the whole day.
Yeah,
and that was right at the very peak of the thing.
The thing I find laugh is because before we went on the trip, we stopped at her self-service provider, and they were like, "Oh, we cover Canada."
Yeah,
you were all across Canada. Yeah,
yes.
hers sucked. Okay, so that was and then pulling into Jasper that night, having supper at Montana's. Jasper's beautiful, and where the Fraser River starts.
Yeah.
And how crystal clear that water was. I mean, you guys saw
we saw the elk that night too, didn't we? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was my highlight. That day was so I was not feeling good again that day, and everything was kind of I'm dying.
Now Monday there were 3 things on Monday that were good for me. Having lunch with her cousin.
Mm-hmm. That was really fun. So my cousin lives in... Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that.
No.
Yeah. My cousin lives in Alberta, in a small town, and is a radio host there. And, she used to live... we grew up together. I don't have any siblings, but I have 4 older cousins who are... When I grew up, were like my siblings. But anyway, I'm sorry. It's long again. It was exciting to see her. That's my point.
And we went for an amazing lunch at this place that had amazing food. It was just a little cafe, and wow. The mall was disappointing. And I'm putting that as one of the 3 things for that day because I truthfully expected a lot more. And West Edmonton Mall really didn't thrill me that much.
Oh, that's my highlight. I got to touch a sea cucumber.
Oh yeah.
Sea cucumbers were my favorite animal when I was in grade 3, which was a long time ago. But because I thought, I was like, everybody else was like, my favorite animal is a cat, and my favorite animal is a horse, and I was like, my favorite animal is a sea cucumber. I thought it was so cool, and I got to touch one, because they had, the little tidal pools in the West Edmonton Mall and the Marine Life place. But yeah, I agree, West Edmonton Mall was not that exciting. I liked the ice cream I tried, too. Yeah, I did. I was at the hospital on last Saturday. Not yesterday.
You tell them. I'm not telling them.
I have an infection. Let's put it that way. I got mono, but a couple other people came back from the conference with mono, so we're figuring it was a food illness thing.
I'm not sick. Just to let you know. I had an ear infection in that for 2 days.
Yeah, and so so I woke up last Saturday morning. I could not speak. I had to work. So I phoned my work, and they made me phone and find somebody to replace me, which was really intense because I could not speak, and I had to phone people. And so I was like, hello.
Whiny.
No, I'm just explaining. It would really sounded crazy. And then so I went to the hospital, and I was there for 3 hours. Yeah. Fuck off. And then he almost died while I was gone because there was more drama, and then...
Oh, yeah. Frig, man. Drama we could do without. And that was... Okay, so the biggest thing on day 9 was Blamo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, seeing him.
I wish I could have done more, showed you guys more, but Blamo has his privacy, and he likes his privacy, and that's where we wanted to keep that. If he shares himself with people, that's his choice. Mm-hmm. But I honestly, we both definitely look forward to going back to see him.
Yeah.
So, and we are gonna go back.
He's a really good guy.
Yeah. And the part of it she probably doesn't know is that we didn't get to see a chance to see Teverz, Teverz Cody.
Yeah.
He lives in Alberta, but way out of like being. It would have been an extra day. Let's just say that. And then, the last part about day 9 was trying to figure out how to go from Blamo's place to Saskatoon.
Yeah.
And which we must have stopped at like a few corners of highways. Is like, is this better? Is this better?
Oh my god, it was crazy. Well, like, northern Alberta is kind of scary, guys. That was my conclusion, having been in northern Alberta for a day. The wind is fast there.
Oh.
And it's cold. And, like, we come from a pretty cold climate. It does not get super warm here for very long in the summer. But it was, like, 5 degrees, and the wind was, like, 300 km, and I thought we were going to die.
And you're still alive.
Yeah. And we stopped in, so that night we stopped in, because Teverz learned his lesson in Regina. And was like, oh, I can probably drive to Saskatoon, but I'm going to stop in Wainwright and see how I feel. And so we stopped.
It was Wainwright.
Yeah. We stopped in this little town where there was the only Walmart we could find.
Shush up, John. John's in the Virgin Islands, by the way.
Oh, okay. And then...
It really got to 5, yeah.
Yeah.
And we're talking 5 degrees Celsius, though.
Yeah, yeah.
But that wind, like... I'm not a little boy, and that I walked out the door and the wind actually blew me.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. It was like that night because we slept in the car that night, in the Walmart parking lot, and like the entire night the car was rocking from the wind. And I was just like we were both so tired, and I was sick again. I'd thrown up. Like as soon as we got out of the car, so I was sick, and I was just like I remember I was lying in bed. I don't think either of us got a lot of sleep that night. I'm lying in bed in the back of the car, and the car is like shaking like this and like going back, like it was like swirling, like, and then I'm lying in the car, and I was just like, if it lifts off, it lifts off. Like I was like ready to accept my fate in like the tornado weather. Oh my gosh, it was scary. And then the next morning, that was a memorable part of the day. The next morning, we went to Tim Hortons to get food before we left, and there was this like weird guy who like walked in. Like, so we were the only people in the Tim Hortons, and this guy comes in and he's like, "Where are you from in Ontario?" And so we were like, "Oh, like here was where we are in Ontario," and he was like, "Oh, wow," and then was like, "You came a long way," and then he was like, "Well, are you gonna make it back today?" And we were like, "No," and then he was like ripping us because apparently we were only gonna make it to Winnipeg, and that was too short of a journey, and he could make it in one day.
Morning, Del. Afternoon, Del.
Hi.
We ended up getting, so that was, the next day was just a drive pure through the northern part of Saskatchewan into Winnipeg.
Yeah. And
then we hit the hotel, and we're like in Winnipeg, like, in the jacuzzi.
Yeah, and the nice pool.
Yeah. That was, and then Wednesday, the last day, was shopping. Picking up stuff at Costco, because as you guys all know, we do not have a Costco where we live. That's 8 hours away. That's our closest Costco. Picked up the stuff, and we shopped for everybody else, and then came home, and then all hell broke loose.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sitting at...
That was a really good day, though.
I'm sitting in my place, and I'm talking to my roommate, and she's messaging me from her mom's place. Is like, "Do you know this happened?" I'm like, "No."
I figured that his roommate was telling him what had happened, but no. So, and this is like at 11 o'clock at night, so shit majorly hit the fan.
Oh, yeah.
I had to work the next day. I was up till 3 a.m. that night. And then the next day, I got up at 8 o'clock. I had to do a thing for a community thing that I'm working on. And then then I came home. I was supposed to go to my great aunt passed away. I was supposed to go to a spreading of the ashes ceremony, but I opted not to because I was dying. And then I worked till 10 o'clock at night that night, so that was not fun.
But and we ended up with a little bit more trauma over the next few days. Everybody making, sure their opinions were heard. But it mellowed out. And that, it kind of put a small bit of a damper originally on the trip, because, like, that was the one thing that we said for, like, the first week after was, like, wouldn't it have been nice if we just didn't come home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not so fun. And then I ended up, so, like, that was, like, 3 days of, like, craziness, and I was working all 3 days. And then Saturday, I woke up and I was super sick, like I already said, and ended up at the hospital, and found out I was sick, and then more shit hit the fan, and then came home, and we decided we were not going to run away.
Yeah, things are much better now.
Yeah, things calmed down.
Yeah.
Thank God.
And we just needed to rest. It wasn't so much like the trip had worn us out, and then coming home and having to deal with all the drama that was here at the same time, that just topped everything over, and we just needed to rest for a few days, and that's what we basically did. So hopefully this week we're going to work on a couple of videos. Oh, you should tell about your bees.
Oh yeah. Okay, and then so as I've been dying, I had the entire week off of work this week, because I'm contagious, and also I've been dying. Like, I literally have slept so much. But anyway, I got my honeybees on Tuesday, which was so awesome. I literally have never been so excited in my life. I spent most of the day on Tuesday watching them through binoculars, because, like, I mean, we put them from, like, what's called a nucleus, which is just 4 frames with, like, a queen and like a bunch of workers. And I put them in my hive, and they, like, freaked out. They were, like, super pissed for a while. I got 2 bee stings, which I've never been stung by a bee, and I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm allergic. I am not allergic to bees, which is really good news.
She got stung a few times.
Yeah, I got stung twice. I didn't realize that the gloves I had on had cloth backs and that they could sting me through them. So yeah, it was super fun. No, I'm not his wife.
No.
He's asking me to marry him, though.
She puts up with me, Del. Oh, and Del, I'm going to be honest with you, Del. She's not much different from your wife either. Although, I'm going to ask you this, though. If I was drunk, right, would you go to, like, Wendy's and get me burgers?
No, fuck no.
No, okay. Del, she's
That's
not...
bad planning on your part.
She's not as nice as your wife.
First of all, I'd have to walk there or take the bus, so no.
But...
I might make you food, though. I would barbecue you a hamburger.
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
See, I appreciate you for that.
Yeah. I wouldn't go to McDonald's to get you one, though.
You remember that time that I got drunk, and she just kept standing at the side of the bed laughing at me.
I was so freaked out because I was like, oh my, like this is one thing about me. I've never drank at all. So like I don't have a lot of experience with it. Teverz was like drunk, and I had seen he got drunk on the live show, and I was out helping my mom grocery shop because my mom she has a bad back and needs help sometimes. So I was out helping her and came home and was like, oh my God, are you okay? And he was like, yeah. Like lying in bed. I thought he was dead because he didn't look like he was not moving. He was just like mummified in the bed. And like I could barely see his breathing, and I was like, wake up! Ah! And he was like, what? I was like, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm okay. And then immediately launched into this whole like, I love you so much, you're so beautiful, I'm so lucky, you know how lucky I am, I love you so much. Which like is all stuff he says to me normally anyway, but it was just like a lot more, like just he kept repeating the same things. And then so he was like, I have to get up, I have to go to the bathroom, but I can't move, and so I had to like drag him out of bed. And then he went to the bathroom and he went pee, and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna throw up. And I was like, do you want me to flush the toilet because there's pee in there? And he was like, no, the pee's kind of cute. And I was like, what? And I was like, you know that's your pee, right? And he was like, oh, it's not your pee? And I was like, you just peed. And he was like, I did? I'm going to laugh about that till the day I die.
What about, like, how many times did I...
Oh, and then he told me he was going to bear me 32 children because I had to go back out. It was like my mom and I go out for dinner or try to or do something once a week. Or are trying to implement that into our schedule. But anyway, so we were going out, and I was like, I have to go out. And he was like, okay, I'll bear you 32 children while you're gone. And I was like, okay.
I didn't even get 2 done by the time you got
I know, and he was like, maybe only 2. And I was like, I'm only going to be gone for 2 hours. And he was like, okay, well, only 2 then. I'll only get you 2 by the time. And then I came back, and he was like, I didn't bear you any children. And I was like, wow. What?
Yeah, that was fun that day. So, you should all give her a heck because she didn't bring me... See, we still haven't done the video of you doing the hives.
I know, when I hung out that day with our beekeeper friend.
And you still haven't... We still haven't done the pictures for the thing. We still haven't...
I know.
I love you.
I love you too. I've been too busy being sick.
What? 32. Yeah, no, Connie, see, I am, definitely, I don't mind pumping out 2 at a time.
Yeah, 32. And then so afterwards I was like, why 32? And he was like, well, like, I mean, you gotta factor in the fact that, like, our, pets are our children too. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fair then. He's like, probably only 2 of them will be human children. And I was like, that's probably fair. I want to have a farm. I've always wanted to have a farm. Hi. What are you?
They told me I should kiss you.
Oh, I didn't see that. You want a proper kiss now?
That's better. Teverz drunk again. No.
Then the next day he was so hungover, and I had no mercy on him. I was like, you did this to yourself.
No. More tongue. Dal. This is not an X-rated
PG-13.
channel, or this would be DVD King's channel if it was. Yet a motel. We did stay in motels.
Actually, yeah.
But now we're home. We don't have to. We can just stay in our place.
Yeah.
So. But. Yeah, so you guys, okay, you're all picking on, truthfully, give this girl crap because she hasn't made arranged time for me to make videos about her stuff. She's now picking on my nipple. Sweetheart,
what?
This is not XXX. And don't give Del ideas. And no alcohol. Although if you guys actually saw my alcohol closet, I have still quite a bit of alcohol in there.
He offers it to me often enough.
And then how often do you drink?
Never.
No, how
I've
often?
had 1 sip from Hetty's drink one time.
Yeah.
I'm wearing Teverz
She's my house coat
because I'm not feeling good again today.
She woke up this morning. Like, we were supposed to get up and shower. Shut up, trooper. We were supposed to get up and no alcohol. I'm supposed to shower, and then she's laying in bed, and she's got that look on her face, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go shower without her.
I was in pain.
I'm wearing a Hulu. Looks like I'm wearing a Hulu shirt. Oh no, actually, you're looking at the background.
It's white, or it's yellow.
I'm actually wearing like a bright yellow. Yeah.
See, like, you can see because, like, my hair gets, like, eaten for some reason. Because, like, it's set to green screen, right? Because the back is green.
So the chrome is set.
But apparently my hair is partially green, even though that's a total lie. See how it looks, like, weird?
Del, don't hang
my
with...
My hair looks crazy today, guys. I'm not feeling good.
It wasn't Trooper that got me to drink, by the way. It was Tony and Mike.
They paid him. Yeah,
they paid me. See? Thanks, Connie. Yeah, see?
No whips.
Your girl told you.
If anybody's using whips, it's going to be me.
Yeah. She ain't kidding either. Look, I am far from being subservient, and nobody can tell me what to do unless I want to do it. but she's the boss.
Oops, I opened something.
Plain and simple, she's the boss. We know that.
I know. I am working on the videos though. That's a total lie. I have not done anything with the things. I have looked at all my pictures though, so I will try and get some nice ones up for everybody. There's a few up on my Instagram, but
I know, but I wanted to do the pictures and then make a small video on the pictures of your favorite, explaining your favorite pictures from the trip.
It's gonna be a 4-hour video.
Your favorite pictures. Can you narrow it down to 20 minutes? Or we can do 3 episodes of, tans.
I'm just bugging you.
Oh, Connie remembers. Was that the night? You mean the night I got drunk? Oh, yeah. Beehive hairdo.
Yeah, kind of thing.
Is that a beehive?
No, it's just a messy bun.
Missed the bun.
Messy bun, because I didn't want to do anything. I had my hair in a braid last night, and it was really messy this morning when I woke up and tangled, so I just brushed it and put it in a bun because I didn't want it on my face.
It's like, I'm a huge snuggler. And
I always hit him in the head. I'm getting my hair cut into a bob shortly. I'm going to donate my hair. But I have yet to do that, so.
I keep getting hit in the head with the bun, so I'm snuggling up with her, and she puts her head back, and then I've got to crank my head all the way back just to get away from the bun. I usually get it in the face. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, oh. And into the wedding, I have my passport. Ooh. First place, she has to say yes. I averagely ask about once a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Average
about once a day. Average. Are you making fun of my English again?
No.
Oh, okay. She's in charge of invitations, so if you really want to come, you have to suck up to her.
Yeah. One day you'll all be invited.
Yeah.
When we get married. Which might be in 50 years.
Or next week. Although I ask her every day, and that's the answer she gives me every day, one day. And I chuckle at that because the truth is, one of these times she's going to say yes, and I'm just going to probably die of a heart attack right there.
No, one of these days I'm going to ask you to marry me.
Oh, yeah. See, we live in an equal opportunity world. Where she can buy me a ring and get down on one knee and propose.
Yeah. I always planned that seriously, I have always planned that whoever my partner is, if they propose to me first, I'd propose to them after. I'd propose back.
Back?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've already asked you.
Yeah, but you haven't, properly proposed.
Oh, so I have to propose to you first, and then you're going to propose back.
No, that's not necessarily how it's going to go.
Oh. Make up your mind.
I said if they propose to me first, I would propose back. Y'all just want to come to a wedding.
Yeah.
We'll just throw a big party.
No, see, Del told you to say yes.
I said one day. That is kind of yes. It's just not an immediate yes. Yes with a timeline.
We'll be honest with you, Del. We're really not in a rush. I mean, I ask her every single day because I can't imagine my life without her. And my life is wonderful with her. I mean, my life was wonderful before her, but wow, it's just amazing with her. And so that's my way of saying, one of my ways of saying I love you and I appreciate you and I always want you here is every day is, I ask her to marry me. So. Rojo says it's still a yes. So, but in the long run, her pretty smile says, you're gonna have to go on one of Dell's shows one of these times. Yeah, and it'll be the I Put Up with Teverz show. Hey, Gary.
Oh. Hey, Gary.
I forgot to tell you, Gary sent me some emails this week in support of what we're going through.
That's nice.
I mean, Connie said a lot too, and all. I mean, a lot of people said yes, but just saying, I forgot to forward you the emails from Gary.
I have not been reading comments or anything, guys. I'm sorry about that. I've been meaning to like and comment on everybody's comments, but I've been too dying and busy and dying. I've been dying a lot this week.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I think, was a little rough on me. I was awake and up all day, and I'm not well enough yet to be doing that. So it was a little... I got up early and went and cleaned at my mom's house because we're having family come over, and again, she's got a bad back, so she needed the help. And then I went out with my friend for the rest of the day, so it was a tiring day.
On our anniversary.
Yeah, true.
And
we've officially been together 3 months as of yesterday.
Yeah. And so, you know, the sickness she's going through, a lot of people like to call this morning sickness, but...
Fuck off! That's not true. I'm not pregnant.
No. She says that. Deny. I can see death coming over me now, as the daggers just flew at me. No, she's not pregnant, but we have making fun of that all though. And what are the name of the kids?
This is Isabella. Wait, it's a Fluff, in case you can't tell. And this is Todd.
Todd.
Our children.
Todd came around first. Isabella just kind of snuck in.
That was before I was on any of the shows we
I like
had
Del.
the laser eyes.
No.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, Dell's comment.
Soldiers?
Tadpoles.
Oh.
Get those soldiers nowhere.
No, thank you. Again, maybe one day. But anyway, the Fluff children came to be. I think have we even started dating?
Woo! Blamo's in the room.
Hey, Blamo! I don't. Oh, there you are.
Yeah. We were just talking about how horrible of a person you are, Blamo.
No.
And again, since Blamo's in the room, all you guys should know that this is an amazing dude. You gotta love him, and if you want to meet him, you have to promise to take him for supper. But where you live, you kind of have to get there before 6:00 p.m. because like everything closes. And that was actually pretty standard for most of Alberta.
Oh, right, yeah.
Everything closes at like 6:00. You know, unless you're in a big city. You get to those small towns, it's like, you want supper?
Yeah.
Well, you just pull over and eat your shit because that's about all you're gonna get. Or you hope that you can find a Timmy Hortons, and that's like. Tim Hortons is like 1 every 5 towns.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't. I mean, truthfully, I kind of like it, Northern Alberta, like the way it is. Like even though there's not a lot there, in my youth, I went through that a lot. So, oh, and Miss Codian's in the room too. Now everybody shows up, right? Okay, so yeah, Miss Cody's in there. She's gonna steal away, your.
Yeah.
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 Because she's awesome.
Yeah.
Tim Hortons for life. Okay, Blamo, let's be honest. Tell everybody in this room, is there a Tim Hortons in your town? That's my one, because I didn't see one.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Well, I don't know.
Because we could have taken
green elevator.
We could have taken you there for supper. But we didn't get it. We didn't get there till like 9:00 his time.
Yeah.
But just to let you guys know, and I probably should have told you the video. Yeah, trust me, we know. It's a long drive to anything from where you are. I just let you guys know, we will have to go at 1 p.m. today, so we still got another 13 minutes to go.
Yeah, I gotta go. I'm helping my mom.
We both have things to do today, but we really wanted to come on and answer your questions about like the trip or anything.
Yeah.
What Blamo's shoe size is, and but Blamo, you should post pictures of your cats.
They're so cute. Oh
and
my God.
Zeus.
Yeah.
Your dog. Zeus loved me, man. Zeus is awesome.
Yeah.
He's such a little pup.
Yeah.
What were the cats' names again?
I got this McGregor, right?
McGregor, yeah.
Right? And Colin.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Blammo, that's right? Oh, God.
Wait. Was McGregor the chubby one?
McGregor was the chubby one, and Colin was the skinny one that liked me. I think, right? I think so. I think that's correct.
Yeah. You walk into Blammo's place, and you better be prepared to give his pets loving.
They were so cute. I love that. Like, it's always a good sign, I feel like, when you go to, like, when you meet somebody for the first time and, like, they have pets and they have really, like, lovely pets that clearly love them and, like attention, because, like, I feel like you can't be a bad person if you've got pets that are good. Well, maybe that's not true, but it's a good sign.
Ooh, Del. Just to let you know, Del, I am going to be about an hour away from you in the 3rd or 4th week of July.
Yeah.
I have to go down to right by London, Ontario. And we're doing another road trip.
Yeah.
If all things go well. Yeah, we're looking at, and we're taking our
I have to quit my job.
We're taking our bestie Jimmy with us, and we're doing all, like, the southern Ontario, possibly into Montreal, but definitely all the way up through Ottawa and back. So, road trip to California. I loved California, though. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been to Detroit a few
times. I saw a California license plate yesterday. in here.
Yeah. We have a lot of celebrities that come here. There's, believe it or not.
Actually, I knew that. Yeah, I can't remember which celebrity it was, but there was one guy who was like, "Oh yeah, it's a great place up there." A lot of Americans come here to fish.
Not a fish. I mean, I can take you to a few places where there's famous actors who have cottages here. Mm-hmm. Are we going to the falls in Niagara? Probably not.
No, probably
because she did that last year.
I did it last year. The conference that I went to this year, we went to this year in Victoria, was in Niagara Falls, and truthfully, like, Niagara was kind of interesting. Like the falls itself, but how would I put this nicely? I wasn't super impressed with, like, all the tourism. I'm more of, like, an outdoorsy person than I am a go to tourist attractions person, so it probably isn't someplace I would go again if I had the, like, if I had to choose between there and someplace else, I'd probably go someplace else. I'll put it that way. It was a pretty city, though. I've
been to Delaware, too. I've been all over the state. She hasn't. And I
don't have a passport.
Yeah. Well, not yet. You're going to need one soon.
Why?
Europe.
Oh, right.
Unfortunately, guys, I'll be honest with you, it's almost guaranteed we're going to go to Europe before we do the States.
Yeah.
Because it's huge on our list of where we want to go, what we want to do. And it's not that, I mean, hopefully Trump will be impeached by then and gone, but...
Yeah, like, truthfully, I'd like to... There's a couple places in the States, like, I'd love to go to Oregon and see the Pacific Northwest. That's how you say that, right? I can never remember how to pronounce it.
You were, like, you know how far away from there you are?
I know.
In Victoria? I saw... no, it's the state of Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway... I'm a very outdoorsy person again. I'd love to go, there, and, like, I'd love to see even the desert and stuff in the States, but I'm not a big fan of the politics going on down there right now.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of
politics here right now either.
Yeah, true.
We were all at that conference and they were like,
they live streamed the Ontario election, and people were crying. In case you don't know, if you're not from here, the Conservatives got a majority, and we were in a very, very liberal group of people, and it was kind of not a happy mood.
Gary, we're going to travel all over Europe. We're going for 90 days.
Yeah.
John, my dad is from Trinidad. We will most likely go down to Trinidad because my uncle still has the home there, and do Carnival. I'm probably end up doing Barbados because that's where my brother-in-law is from. So maybe I'm trying to catch up with what you guys. I live in Oregon. Connie. Okay, so I'm first generation Canadian. 90% of my family live in the States, and I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, you're in Oregon, but most of my family is in SeaTac, Tacoma, which is Washington. But I've been to Oregon many times, and you're right. It's beautiful in Washington and Oregon. That whole you have never seen. Well, it's kind of like being in BC. So I think it's prettier in Oregon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of it, and I've always been like, dang.
What you do, girls, you all chum her up, and then we're just going to buy her a flight to come out there and visit you. Oh, and Connie, find some mushrooms.
No.
Put some mushrooms on her pizza.
No. We were having this discussion yesterday with our friend we went out for. No, wait, that wasn't yesterday. On Friday.
On Friday.
I don't know what day it is.
So they found mushrooms locally that are highly hallucinogenic.
Yeah, Flyer agaric, which the Latin name is escaping me right now. Though they look like your typical like red with white dots.
My cousin is Dell's next door neighbor. I can guarantee you though, Dell, I have no relatives in Detroit. A lot of my American heritage has a lot to do with southern states. My family still owns a huge plantation. So
I
I never tell you?
I don't think so.
No, Berkeley's Hundreds. It's in Virginia. One of the first plantations ever.
Wow.
Yeah, my family owns it. So, long line of my grandmother's my grandmother's I'm a McGregor, but my grandmother's maiden name was Harrison. And you guys have two of those damn presidents, like the 9th and the 23rd presidents with that name. Well, those are my great grandfathers. So
I was like, I
still have to get my family book out, eh?
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Not that I know where it is,
Something
man.
smells stinky.
I didn't fart. Oh, are we talking about the mushrooms are fun? Yes. See, Connie, that's what I've been trying to tell her. Like, she's got this, like, this small bit of paranoia about God's gifts to us. And because our best friend likes to make muffins, for example. And she's like, no. But, mushrooms are awesome. Like, you put them on your pizza, you eat them, like you would any other mushroom, and then you spend 8 hours laughing your friggin' head off. Correct?
Oh my god. No, I don't judge people who do them. I just like the idea of not being in control of my own brain is a little scary to me.
You gotta learn to let go.
A little bit of a control freak.
Make it let go. Mellow.
Also, he'd have way too much fun if I ever got high.
Oh, that one's another kiss.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You know what we could do is we could say, if you donate 20, she'll kiss me for free, don't worry about it. But if you want to pay for it, she'll kiss me really well. John, just to let you know, I have a huge memory with brownies that will keep me away from brownies for a while.
Was that when you went to the Blues Fest?
Yeah, I went to a blues concert, like a weekend festival. I got there on Saturday morning, and Jimmy, my best friend, is like, he gives me a brownie that's like this big, and he says, he looks at me, he says, you can eat the whole thing. I says, but, Jimmy, I haven't eaten a brownie in years, right? And he's like, no, you're good. So I ate the whole damn thing. I ended up couldn't get out of my chair. Looked stoned for the whole concert. Somewhere around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I went from being stoned out of my tree to I had heat stroke, and nobody around me could tell the difference until I decided that I'm going to puke on the guy in the chair in front of me, and it was projectile. And then suddenly I've got, guys coming over carrying me away on a stretcher. And then my partner at that point was like, just get him to the car, I'm going to take him home. I have heat stroke. Take me to the hospital. And she's more worried about I'm going to get caught because I had a brownie. I'm more like I'm going to die. Get me to the hospital. Well, I made it home. I didn't make it to the hospital. Make me some butter? Ooh, Connie. Put that on your toast. Really?
I don't know anything.
I know. See, and we were in BC, and I never got a chance to show her that there was a shop on one of the streets in the back where you could buy cookies that were made with,
Yeah, well, he was straight up like, if I get a chance to buy some mushrooms, I'm buying some mushrooms. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
You do that. You hide them in the car where I don't know where they are, and then I can't be a,
Well, they got the purple ones in BC.
Okay.
Yeah, those ones are wow.
Did you say you tried some fresh ones from there once?
Uh-huh.
When you were in BC?
Uh-huh.
I thought they were blue.
Could have been.
Oh.
Yeah. Mushrooms. Anyway, guys.
You have dry skin on your hand.
I had to put up with you.
It's probably a fair valuation too, truthfully.
Anyway, guys, we're going to say goodbye to you. Like I said, we both have things that we have to do now. It's not that we don't love you. Guys, Blammo, give Blammo love, guys.
Yeah, Blammo.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. I had chocolates with mushrooms. That would have been awesome, Blammo. No, she still wouldn't done it. All right. One more kiss. Thank you. I'm a kissy face. All right, guys.
I'm kissy too. I'm just embarrassed.
You guys have fun. Later, guys. We all love you. And remember, guys, life's too short. Just get out there, have fun. That's what we're doing this summer. Just getting out. You love them? Do you love everybody?
I love everybody, yeah.
Yeah. Ciao, guys.
Bye.
Okay, now, see, you gotta keep moving my mouse. Kept playing with my mouse during the whole live show.
I'm sorry.
Like, that's way over there. So, okay. Ending stream.
Okay, see you guys later.
Bye, guys.